everybody, I was really excited to see Opensearch 1.1 being released with cross-cluster replication. It's a feature I was always keen to see within earlier versions of Elasticsearch, so I wanted to see what it was like. So what I did was basically just download their Docker Compose and then make a few changes, then ran through the commands to set up replication. It was really simple, really easy, pretty much performed exactly as I wanted it to. So I'll just show you what I've done. So as I said, I've got that Docker Compose file from their website. I basically separated the two clusters. So basically there's a one node cluster and another one node cluster. I disabled security just to make it simple. And I created a Kibana instance for each one of those one node clusters. So that's what you can see here. The way it works is that you connect from the follower to the master, and you have to sort of basically set up this remote configuration here. So I've named the configuration here from this is cluster 1 to cluster 2, and then I also created a cluster from cluster 2 to cluster 1. So there's basically a connection there between the two of those. And I imagine this is the way most people will use it. For example, you get logs going to two clusters, then you can replicate across both and then search all the logs at either site. So I've created up a replication rule. So all the indexes created with the log prefix on cluster 2 will get pushed across to cluster 1. Similarly, all the indexes created with logs on cluster 1 will get pulled into cluster 2. So yeah, it should be pulled across from the master. So pulled in by the follower from the master. So let's create a document on each side. Basically an index, say logs. It could be a date and various other things and details at the two different sites. And then if we go like this, we'll be able to see that we have logs 1 here and logs 2. So even though we created that document over here on 2, it's already appeared as an index with a document on logs 1. And similarly, you'll see that both indexes are now present on cluster 2. So you'll be able to see in the settings that, basically retention, pruning, enabled. I'm not really sure what that means, but basically there's a certain settings there. If we try to delete an index, which is a follower, we can't actually do it. We actually have to stop it being replicated first. So we say stop replicating that index from 1, and then that changes it into just a normal index on the cluster. So now it just changes to a normal index. Now it's a normal index, we can then delete it. So yeah, that's basically the way Opensearch have implemented cross-cluster replication. Yeah, really simple. I guess as expected. So really pleased to see that work.